Hey there, travelers, and welcome back to another episode of the Travels with Kev podcast for August 15th, 2024. The podcast where we dive into the latest train and surface travel news and tips to make your journey smooth and enjoyable. I'm Kev, your guide through some updates, especially if you plan to travel through Chicago, along the Gulf Coast, and in parts of Florida. So let's get into it. All right, first let's discuss big news out of Chicago. The city of Chicago is considering relocating the Greyhound operations to Chicago Union Station after an upcoming September closure of its current terminal. This potential move would bring both bus and train services under one roof, making it easier for travelers to connect between the two. Now, how did we get here, you might ask? It all started a few years ago when Greyhound sold its U.S. operations to the German company Flixbus. I think that's how you pronounce it. Flixbus. Flixbus. I can't say it right, or it just doesn't sound right to me. Anyway, since then, Greyhound has been losing its terminals across the country as Flixbus has let those leases expire. The Chicago terminal is becoming a victim of this practice, putting pressure on the city to find a new home for Greyhound services. Now, we're talking about 500,000 passengers annually go through the Chicago Greyhound terminal, so this is a big deal. One place they are looking at, as I said, is the Amtrak-owned Chicago Union Station. While this might sound good, this plan isn't without its challenges. Union Station is already a busy hub, serving both Amtrak and Metro trains, plus Amtrak's connecting service, and the addition of Greyhound buses could make things more crowded and confusing for all passengers. Plus, the station is currently undergoing renovations, which could complicate things further. Now, just in case I didn't say it before, they are looking at this as a temporary move, but from what I've been able to read, they don't know for how long this temporary move is going to be. Union Station is connected to Chicago's Transit Authority Transit Center. It's a big, where you can connect with, go underground underneath the South Terminal and come up some stairs or elevators, and you can connect with the CTA buses right there. And the city believes Greyhound could use this for their curbside service and the streets around it. However, that would require adjustments to Greyhound schedules and could interfere with the operations of the CTA right now. Amtrak has also raised concerns about increased congestion in its already crowded Jackson Boulevard area. The city views this as a temporary solution, as I said, while exploring long-term options, including the possibility of a municipal-owned bus station elsewhere. It should be noted that South Canal Street is already under construction, so this would lead to a lot of congestion in that area. If you are looking for more information, my sources for this is trains.com and the Chicago Sun-Times. More article details are available in the description. In other news, Amtrak has restored service within the Midwest corridor. As of August 10th, Amtrak has fully restored the Carl Sandburg to service, joining the Illinois Zephyr, giving service in the Chicago to Quincy corridor. This is great news for anybody who travels that route. If you are used to traveling Amtrak long-distance trains, most of that route is also covered by the California Zephyr and the Southwest Chief between Chicago and Galesburg. All right, let's move to the south. That's where the next two stories are. Here's a quick update on the Amtrak Gulf Coast service. This is something that was promised earlier, but it seemed like, if I remember right, the city of Mobile, Alabama was dragging their feet, but there is some news. The Gulf Coast service is expected to launch in early 2025. This could be a game changer for the Gulf Coast travel industry. This would be a train from New Orleans to Mobile at this point. The timing couldn't be better, with the Super Bowl and Mardi Gras approaching, which could boost regional tourism. The Mobile City Council recently approved a 3-year lease and operating agreement with Amtrak. This is a huge step towards making the service reality. But there are still some hurdles to overcome. the site preparation, and moving fiber optic cables. Plus, they did get a $178.4 million crisis grant for essential track and signal improvements that must be used wisely. Despite some delays, there has been a lot of progress thanks to positive changes in leadership and cooperation at the CSX Transportation. That's the CSX Railroad. If you watch trains, that's the blue and yellow ones. They have been dragging their feet for many years, so this is really exciting that they are now cooperating. The Southern Rail Commission is pushing hard for this service despite working within limited funds. They have secured some federal grants. Most are for planning and not operations. If the service takes off, future expansions beyond Mobile will be depending on getting more city council approvals. For those who are looking forward to this new service, it is one to watch. Stay tuned for more updates as the 2025 launch appropriates. Check the source. Or for more information, I put my source in the show notes. I am still working on doing this. All right, the last story of today takes us to Florida and Sunrail. Sunrail is the regional train down in Florida. And Sunrail expands, opening the DeLand, I'm hoping I say that right, DeLand Station. The DeLand Sunrail Station celebrated an official ribbon cutting and bell ringing ceremony on August 4th, 2024. The new station is a key part of the Sunrail's Phase 2 North expansion, which extends a line 12 miles north to DeBary, adding DeLand to the list of stops on this popular route. For those unfamiliar with the area, DeLand is a charming city known for a historic downtown, vibrant art scenes, and a beautiful Stetson University campus. The ceremony saw officials, community members, and the Sunrail staff gathering to commemorate this important day. A standout movement was the ringing of the train bell, a symbolic gesture that marked the station's opening and honoring its rich history of rail travel. The DeLand station is expected to improve access to Central Florida's commuter rail network significantly. With its additions, residents and visitors to DeLand now have a direct and convenient link to key destinations such as Winter Park, Orlando, and Kissimmee. The extension is more than just a new station. It represents Sunrail's commitment to enhancing regional connectivity, providing a sustainable transportation option for a growing population in Central Florida. This expansion is a big win for DeLand and surrounding areas, offering alternatives to the often congested highway. The new station has modern amenities, including parking facilities, ticket vending machines, and ADA-compliant features, ensuring all passengers can access travel easily. Sunrail's expansion to DeLand is part of a broader vision to create a more integrated and accessible transportation network in Florida. The vision aligns with the growing demand for public transit as the region continues to experience rapid growth. As Sunrail continues to expand, it is not just adding more stations, it is connecting more people to more places, making it easier to live, work, and play in Central Florida. And if I remember right, there are talks about expanding that out to the Disney and Universal campus at some point within that system. All right, that's about all I have for news for today's episode. Last week I was not feeling the best. Today I'm feeling a lot better and a little bit more confident with doing podcasts. This is my second news one. I'm hoping that you guys are getting something out of it. I'm starting to have fun doing it and not stressing out as much. Don't forget to subscribe and review if you so enjoy the show. As always, you can find more travel tips and news on my blog, travelswithkev.com. Something else, if you want to kind of keep up with what is going on in Amtrak, join my Facebook page of facebook.com/travelswithkev. And I'm trying to post a lot more of the Amtrak alerts on there. So if you're not able to find that, that could be a way for you to get them. All right. So I'm hoping that this is better than last time. And if you like what I'm doing, and you actually want more of this, which would be exciting, right? And you're interested in keeping the podcast and website going, consider supporting my work. A lot of time and money goes into producing these. If you're interested, you can go to travelswithkev.com/support. Also, you can join me on Patreon. That's patreon.com/travelswithkev. Anything that you can do, even sharing this podcast or website with others, means a lot to me. It's amazing with a lot of us small creators, the little things that you do by just sharing our work means tremendous to us, because that is how we can grow and reach more people. You know what? Until next time, happy planning and safe travels. And here's my niece Mackenzie to see us out. Have a great day and see you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Travel with Kev podcast.